Randy Boyd, the founder and CEO of Radio Systems. Started the company in 1991. Within the first 30 days, we actually sold 3,000 units, and in the first 6 months, we sold about $1 million worth of product. Since then, we've grown by 40% a year, and all of that's due to surrounding ourselves with just incredible people. Well, people are attracted to come to PetSafe and Radio Systems because they love pets, and also they like the environment. You know, as you may already have seen walking through the building, but everybody can bring their pet. It makes for a great environment. It's kind of hard to have a bad day.
Mindy was 1 hour from being euthanized at the animal shelter when she was rescued, and I got her a great home here. She comes to work every day, and she's been employed by PetSafe for 5 months as well.
When you start looking at products of how you're going to design something, when you see somebody's dog walking around here, it kind of makes you think about, well, should I do this with this product? Should I not do that with the product? So it influences how you design products in the company.
The neat thing about the group of designers and engineers that we have in this building, they can design products for the dogs that they live with in this office on a daily basis. Really keep us focused on what we're doing and what we're about. So it's really more of a working laboratory than a bunch of guys sitting designing product on a computer all day.
Having dogs running around is the greatest thing ever. They walk up and you can't be stressed. Plus, they're just fun to have around. My desk is known for most of the dogs in the company for having treats. Just come and stand and knock my hand until they get their liver biscotti, and then they're happy and off they go.
Everybody enjoys each other's pets, so it's not something that someone does just for themselves, but for the organization. And so we've become, over the years, very attached to some of our pets. My first dog was Alexander. We just changed her name to Alex for short. Alex was my faithful companion. I discovered invisible fence a little too late. Back in those days, most dogs weren't contained. They ran off. It wasn't 30 years ago that it was a common sight to see dogs that had been hit and injured and were dead on the side of the road. Sadly, one day, Alex ran off, and I've never found her. Always wondered, what had happened to her, and I always hoped that maybe somebody else found her and adopted her, but I worry that may not be the case. I'm proud that today we're hopeful that because of our products, there's not other little boys out there that are losing their dogs because they didn't have a proper containment system.
There's really no worse feeling than your dog running off, getting lost, or having some behavior that you feel like is compromising your relationship with your pet. It can be a very emotional thing to deal with those kind of challenges with your pet. We have taken that as our mission to be able to develop products and information that help consumers address those specific issues with their pet.
Everything that we do is absolutely solution-driven. So from a relationship standpoint, some of our products actually save that relationship and save pets going into the pound and being euthanized.
It's just the greatest experience ever to be able to work with an innovative company that it really has a mission that's about having a better experience with your pet, but also making pets more adoptable. And I'm very proud to be a part of that.
Our mission is to be the most trusted brand in the pet ownership experience, which means we're going to have to give great quality products, great quality service to all of the consumers, everybody that interacts with us. So that drives us to excel and to provide this type of experience.
To me, and as I've talked to a number of our associates, it's about loving what you do. I worked in the paper industry. Well, selling toilet paper for a living is, everybody has to have it. It's a good living, but it's really difficult to get passionate about toilet paper. I've been a dog lover for all my life. It's a passion of mine, and we are fortunate enough to spend our time at work driving solutions to consumers who have the same passion that we have.
People who work here, we're pet owners. We don't just make products, we actually make the products, we put it on our own pets, and we use the products. Early on in the company, we used to have some competition that came from overseas. One of the things that you would notice was that most of them probably never had a pet, had no idea how to design for a pet. And that makes a big difference too, I think.
We're always looking at the customer. The customer in some cases is the pet, sometimes in some cases it's the pet's owner. But in any case, we're looking at products, processes, and materials that will make life for either or both of them better. The electronics that we design and build for radio systems are intended for dogs. They will bang them into things, they will take them out in the cold, they will take them out in the hot, they will swim with them on. Very cognizant that the products that we design and sell go into very, very hostile environments, and we design them accordingly.
The technology that we have and the expertise that we have in this building in terms of building computers that are rugged enough to handle that kind of wear and tear and do the job every time right is phenomenal. So as we bring new computer technologies in, new cellular technologies, GPS technologies into the product, I think you'll see the application of the product and the features for the consumer just grow limitless.
Radio Systems is a leader in our industry as far as holding patents and intellectual property. The very interesting part about that is that we currently have 66 different inventors listed on those patents. The company is not a small number of people that are innovating. Everyone is trying to innovate. I like to think back at Thomas Edison, who said that all of his innovations came from collisions. He talked about collisions of ideas and collisions of people's thinking. I think that's what it is. You need a collision to produce a spark. And I think we pride ourselves in giving our associates all levels of opportunities to rise to higher expectations of themselves and what they can do.
Someone asked recently, so why do you give back to the community? I think, everybody feels this innate responsibility to give back. I think for me personally, I just want to leave the world a little better place than I found it, and I think that's true of all of our associates here in the company. It's a key part of who we are as a company.
There's a lot of personal satisfaction that you can get from working here, just in what we do with the community. Then we have our dog parks, which are pretty cool.
And an idea of an associate within the company that we should make some better use of some land that we had here on our property. And it's amazing how people are attracted to it. It's a really rewarding feeling when you leave work at the end of the day, when you're pulling out, dozens of other people are pulling in, all going to the dog park, and seeing dozens of people playing with the dogs as you're leaving for home is very rewarding.
I volunteer at our local animal center, which is called Young Williams Animal Center, and I do that once a week, so I walk dogs. Started with Young Williams a long time before I ever started here, or really even knew PetSafe was here. And as I walked through the animal center, I noticed like in the lobby there is a plaque that said this lobby was donated by the Boyd Foundation, and I never really knew who Randy was or what that meant, and so I remember asking and saying, what's the Boyd Foundation? Oh, well, that's Randy Boyd of PetSafe. There is such a sense of fulfillment in, we are helping, we are making a difference. There are people coming here and there are people adopting animals.
We have 1,100 different products today. Over the years, we've had a lot of products that weren't successful and a lot of products that were. I think almost invariably every product that was successful was one that a customer came to us and said, hey, if you make this, I'll buy it. And when we listen to our customers, we almost always have a success. But for us, it's really not about making money. I think this is definitely true for myself, and I think for most of our other associates. At the end of our days, most of the money we've made we'll have spent. Then what's left we'll give to charity or we'll give to our children. We'll spend it faster than we ever imagined. Really, our life will be about what difference we made in the world and the relationships we had with others throughout that period. And at Radio Systems, this is our opportunity to be a part of something bigger and better than we ever could be by ourselves.
Our CEO, Randy Boyd, he is just one of the coolest people that I've had the pleasure to meet. He talks sometimes about his Groundhog Day, like the movie, Groundhog Day, where you're living the same day over and over again. And he says his Groundhog Day would be coming to work for a company that's working on an important task, working with creative people every day for a great mission. For me, this is my Groundhog Day.